Hey FlossTube, it's Jules. It is August 3rd and it is pretty much like fall here all of a sudden in Colorado. We had a really nice storm in the middle of the night last night that woke me up. Lots of thunder and rain, and it was great. And this morning, the temperature's like in the 60s. It might get to 70 today, and it's just going to stay nice and cool for at least the next week or so. They're predicting, excuse me, they're predicting that August is going to be cooler, but also wetter than normal, which is great because July was sort of the exact opposite. So I woke up this morning and I was just so excited. My husband, this is not his favorite time. He loves summer, and we have so many things in common, but the one thing that we really don't have in common is how we enjoy the temperature. And I prefer it much cooler. He prefers it warmer. And so this morning, he's all like, oh, it's cold. And I walked outside in my pajamas, and I'm like, I love it! You know, it was so awesome. So it's going to be really nice and comfortable in the house, and it's great stitching weather and great stitching temperatures, in my opinion. So first of all, I got to ask you a question. Got cross stitch? Got cross stitch? I do. I got lots of cross stitch for you guys today. I have a finish. I have some whips, and I have a ton of new stash today that I am super excited to show you, because all of my projects that I ordered from England came in within like a day of each other, and it was just awesome. So awesome. Let's see here. All right, let's just go ahead and show you. I'm going to show you Yoda. I finished Yoda. It was a lot more stitching. It always is a lot more stitching than you think it's going to be at the end, isn't it? And it was a lot of hours, a lot of focus. So I didn't get a lot of progress done on the other whips, but it was just a lot of work on Yoda. I mean, I don't even know how many hours it took me. But the funny thing is that pretty much I was just using one color to sort of finish the big block at the end. And when I finished the last stitch, I had about this much thread left of that skein, and I was thinking, am I gonna have to go and get another one just to finish like a little bit? But it was sort of perfect, which is awesome. Anyway, I finished it. I haven't washed it yet. I haven't gotten the grid lines out yet. I haven't tried to do that yet. I hope to do that later today. But so here you go, guys. Ta-da! No, that one says you don't know the power of the dark side. This one says, do or do not, there is no try. Can you see that in the lettering? I'm gonna zoom in. But anyway, it's only like about 4 or 5 colors. It came out pretty well. You know, this part up here, maybe I wish was a slightly different color, but it's fine in the end. I think what I did was I just chose a slightly too dark fabric to use, but in the end, I actually really like the fabric choice. I think it looks good. It looks like a color Yoda would wear. So anyway, so that got done, and I got done on Monday, and I have been struggling. You guys ever have this problem when you finish a piece, especially if the last part of that piece really takes, like, you're focusing super hard on it and you're just trying to get it done? It kind of just sucked the will to cross stitch right out of me after that. I'm just like, I'm done. I need a break. And so I didn't, once I got that done, I haven't really done anything else, even despite the new stash that I got. But the videos always making these videos always inspires me and kind of gets me going on some stuff. So I think I'm gonna definitely get going on something else. But the plan basically is I'm gonna wash this, and then primarily I think I'm just gonna wait until, I usually take my framing or do my framing at Michael's. I'm just gonna keep an eye open for one of their super sales on frames, which come along all the time, and do this one, and then do the Ronnie Rowe that I have paired with this one, the one that I actually have done. I'll probably get those two done at the same time and stick them up on the stitchy wall. But Yoda is definitely going to go up next to Darth, because we got to balance out the dark and the light side there. So yeah, so there'll be something else on the stitchy wall here soon. So one thing you guys were asking me to show, or some people wanted me to show the new stitchy spot that we have upstairs, but still kind of constructing that. It's pretty messy right now. We're still, we're doing some moving around of things and whatnot. We're moving a lot of the fish tanks that are upstairs. We're actually moving them down in the front room, because in that upstairs room I just wasn't spending any time in there, because it's sort of like where the cat is, and there's really not, you know, any place else to sort of sit without being covered in cat hair. And so so we decided to move them down here and utilize this room, and you know, I'll probably show you that whenever I get that done. But so we're going to move some shelving and whatnot into the bedroom where this little stitchy corner is, and maybe when we get all that set up, then I'll show you. I think my plan would be that when I get that done, I probably will move some of these smaller pieces up there, and then some of the smaller things that I'm going to be working on, all my small projects, I think I'll put on the wall up there, and then keep the big ones down here to just kind of offset each other. But I'll have like 2 stitchy walls. Damn. Okay, so let's show you what else I have been working on. Some of these I'm like, did I actually get anything done? I can't quite remember. I think I got a little bit done on Rainy Waterloo Place. Just wanted to show it again because I love the piece, and I do want to get right back started on it. I think I got a little bit done down here, a smidgen perhaps, but that was about it. But I do enjoy stitching it, so I will get back onto it. All right, what else should I show you? All right, so the Ronnie Rowe piece, I actually did get a chunk of this done. So I'm actually doing pretty well with that. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So this is actually the end of the page over here. So that's good news. So really, I've got a little bit to fill in here, and then just some more down here. But so as soon as I get that done, I'll be halfway through this piece. So that's pretty cool. And honestly, now that it's gridded, it really does go like ridiculously fast. And so I think that's going to be a focus. And I don't know, you know, sometimes what I like to do is, you know, I just don't stitch on this for hours at a time. And primarily because since it's just one color thread and it's just something I'm just doing over and over again, my mind can't do that. It'll get burned out. And that's the same way that I deal with things like cleaning, a lot of busy work and things like that. I can't necessarily sit down and just do it all in one go. So especially with a piece like this, what I'll usually do is I'll just pull out a long piece of 310, the black color, and I'll just, you know, cut it off, and I'll have, you know, 3 long strands or 3 long sections, because this is 2 over 1. And I'll just stitch till I'm done with that thread, and then I'll move on to something else, and then maybe the next day I'll pull it out, do the same thing again. And like the way I do with cleaning is I might do it where I stitch, you know, 1 long piece of thread or whatever, and then I get up and I clean for, I'll set a timer and clean for like 10 minutes. Otherwise it's just so hard for me to focus and get done. All right, there's that. I'm going to show you the Stormtrooper piece. And I need something dark to put behind it, because I don't think you guys are really... I'm going to hide this behind it. Let's see if you guys can see. Can you see more? No, I don't think you can really see. Whoop, because I have it backward. I have it sideways. There we go. You see how much I've gotten done? It's hard because it's white fabric, and that's all white. So, I mean, I got a couple hundred more stitches done on it, and so I was pleased with that. It was just something that I did as a break from Yoda, and but I'm, you know, I'm making progress. I think this is going to be one of the harder pieces, because this is sort of like intentionally looking pixelated, and then it appears that the pattern gets a little bit more routine, or more, I don't know, it just looks like it gets easier to stitch the further along you get. So there's that. You want to see how have I shown you guys how big the fabric is for this Stormtrooper piece? Let me show you how big the fabric is, because this is 14 count Ada, and I know hardly any of you guys are going to do this on 14 count, but it's like that big. It's ridiculous. All my stuff is ridiculous. I would have so much room on so much more room on the stitchy wall if I actually would, you know, stitch in smaller bits. Now, I mean, that's 18 count, and that's, I think, 18 count, and that's 18 count, that's 14, and that's 32, I think. But if I ever got my act together and sewed and used you know, a higher count fabric, and you know, I'd have a lot more room. But that's okay. Just need a bigger wall. It's no big deal. And speaking of smaller count, so I've been working on the Lizzie Kate St. Francis Prayer of St. Francis, and I got some more stuff done on it. But the funny thing is that I go from these 14 count projects, and then suddenly I'm working on 32 count. I had to go find my reading glasses. I actually have to have like a prescription reading glasses because I have an astigmatism. So I have a difference in the way my two eyes focus, so I can't use regular reading glasses. But I had to go search for my reading glasses and use those this week to work on this Prayer of St. Francis, because I'm just like, I was getting cross-eyed trying to see where I was supposed to go. But so I got a fair bit done, considering, like I said, how much I worked on Yoda. So here we go. There we go. So it's getting there. It's getting there. So I feel like I got quite a bit done. And, you know, I'm making less mistakes the further along I go, because I get more comfortable with it, get used to it more. So, but that's from my mama. So, hope she sees it and likes it. Okay, so now we got the stash. It's a fair bit. There's a fair bit. So I told you guys about Gecko Rouge and about how I had ordered a couple projects from Gecko Rouge. Let me make sure. Oh, there it is. And I wanted to show you the two pieces that I got. Now, they were awesome. They sent, I think it was FedEx. They sent me my package FedEx, and it got here. It actually got here like last Friday, but I wasn't home, so I had to wait to get to it till Monday. I could have gone to the FedEx store on Friday night and actually picked it up, but I didn't know what it was. I was like, who's sending me FedEx stuff? And I had no idea that it would come from England FedEx. Like, I just thought, oh, it just come regular mail, no big deal. And in reality, they say give them like 3 to 4 weeks to get it done, and I think I got it in less than 2 weeks. It was so fast. But I'm going to show you the two pieces that I ordered. It basically, it comes in like a big bag sealed, and they give you your, well, here, let me just show you my first thing here. So that's my dachshund. That's the dachshund I'm going to do. So it's cool. It's very modern dachshund. So it comes with this, and then it comes with your pack of your pattern. And what was interesting about the pattern, you know, it's complete, you know, everything is complete, but they're going to force, well, I don't know if they're going to force me. I think I'm actually going to take this apart, because you can take it apart very easily. I'm going to actually take it apart and reorder the pages, because I can't show you the pattern, it's copyright, whatnot, but it forces you to go from the center out, basically, and the center of your cross stitch out, and I never do that. And the reason why I don't do that is because when I'm stitching in the center, even though I'm gridding, I feel like it's a lot easier for me to make a mistake someplace and get like the wrong box over, or the wrong, you know, page or something like that. So I always go upper left. That's how I start my cross stitch. That to me is page 1, and then I just go across from there. But they didn't do that, and they actually, like, they have center, and then they counted like negative 300 or whatever, and then they have positive, and then it's the same way up and down here. And when I first got it, I was like, what is this? And but the great thing is that on the bottom of each page, it has a little picture of how all the pages sort of fit together, and then it highlights what page that one is in the scheme of the whole pattern. So that's awesome. And so what I'm just going to do is I'm actually just going to take the pages out and reorder them in a way that I'm comfortable with and that I like. But I mean, I'm just super happy with this. It's such a great thing. Like I said, the pattern, everything is here. I got everything that I need to get started. And so that's my dachshund. I'm gonna stitch for a friend. And then this is the one that's like, woo, spooky. So this is my bride and groom. How cool is that, guys? And it's this. It's not obviously this part. So it's just this. And this one's a little bit bigger. 14 count. It's 18 0.5 inches by just about 25 inches. So it's a little bit bigger. I haven't pulled the fabric out to really feel it, work with it yet, but this is for some married friends of mine. And I told you guys I was going to tell a bit of a story about why I got this particular project. And my friends, known them for, I don't know, 15 years now or whatnot, and they used to live just a mile, roughly like a mile away. And so I was over at their place all the time with their kids and everything. And the husband, Mike, basically is a Halloween fanatic. And he would build his own haunted houses. And he's, like, he literally constructed, like, he built like a chandelier that was like skeleton hands holding, you know, lights and stuff. I mean, what he can do is just amazing. And he literally would make his bottom floor of his house like a haunted house. People would have to walk through it and then come out the back and then go out the side of the house. But he just always has done stuff like that. And even now, he actually has like a larger facility that he does a haunted house in. Has a bunch of people there and whatnot. It's more of a volunteer thing, but he's just nuts about Halloween, likes all that stuff. And so this, to me, when I saw it, like, was just brilliant. Because one of the things that they do is, or one of the things that they used to do when it was over in their house, is they would take their wedding photos, and somehow he scanned them in, and then he would change them to like skeletons, or like reverse the black and white or whatnot, so that it looked like a ghost or whatnot. And he just did things like that. So to me, this just looks like them. And I haven't done a cross stitch for them yet, so this is the one I'll be working on and doing for them. All right, and then I ordered a couple projects from Stoney Creek, and I love them. I love them, love them, love them. And a couple of them. The first one is just the motto of our country that's on our money, E pluribus unum, out of many, one, which I love it. Story of our country. It's fantastic. So I mean, and this one is pretty straightforward. This is just the same thread. This will be fairly quick to do. It's a gentle art thread, just one color, and I've actually never worked with gentle art threads, so this will be interesting to see kind of how it does. And they also recommend, like, they have instructions in this kit about how to dye the fabric, so I'm contemplating attempting that when I get it, but when I get the fabric. But this is what it looks like. So the stitch count's only 139 by 103. I mean, that's minuscule by my standards, but and it's going to be on 28 count linen, so it's going to be awesome. I actually can't wait to see it. And I've got more about that in just a second here. But my second one, you guys know we do beehives, and we're doing bees, and I saw this one, I was like, I gotta do this for my husband. So God save the queen. So, and this one's pretty straightforward too. I just love the look of it. I've been looking for a bee pattern, bee-centric pattern for a while. Annie B's Folk Art. Thank you, Annie B's Folk Art. It's awesome. And I've been looking for a pattern like this for a while, and when I saw it on Stoney Creek, I was like, I gotta get it. I got to get it. And so anyway, so I got that squared away, and it calls for using NPI silk, which I probably won't do. I probably would just use the DMC equivalents that they have listed on here. And again, it's not a very large pattern, and so I'll get it framed. Like this and this will go up on that stitchy wall upstairs, and once I get those done. But I just like these. These are cool looking. So I said I was going to talk a little bit more about it. So what I did was I got the Stoney Creek ones yesterday, and I'm like, I can definitely throw that into the rotation and get a little bit done at a time on those. And so I emailed a stitching shop again. I said, hey, Christine, because I haven't gotten my original order that I ordered when I ordered fabric, and I ordered patterns and just all these different things, and I know it hasn't come in yet, but I was like, let me just add to my order. Can you do this and this and this for me? So I've got fabric for both of these, and so I'm super, 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 super happy about it. Am I super happy? I'm super happy. And so so I've got those. So much to do, seemingly so little time to do it in. Seemingly so little time. So so plans. you know, got to wash Yoda, but that's not a huge priority. I do want to just do it. You guys have given me some great suggestions on this and that. I still need to just look up the pen and just see what the manufacturer recommends for how to get the ink out, but I'm not worried about it. And, you know, a lot of these other pieces that I have that are the full coverage, really, in reality, if I had a problem with getting the thread out, then, or getting the color out, the marker color out, it wouldn't really matter because you're never going to see it. So it's only really on these few pieces that I do that don't have, you know, that don't have the, what was I talking about? it's not even 9 and I'm not awake yet. But it don't have the grid lines on it. It won't matter because you'll never see it. So I don't necessarily even have to wash those out on those pieces. But so I got that going on. I did organize more of Old World Map 2. I just realized that in the process of doing that, I couldn't find certain threads. And I still have a ton of thread in like this big, huge bag. And I got to do a better job of, I don't necessarily need to bobbinate it, but, oh, you know what? I'm going to show you one more thing. But, is this open? Okay, good, this is open. But I didn't finish with all the colors, but I think I did a little bit more on it, but not much. I didn't want to show it to you guys because it was just, you know, I just hadn't really done anything. So, but I do want to pull that out and start doing a little bit more on that. I think that'll be a good thing to kind of start focusing on. I say that every week. I'm going to focus on it. But anyway, but what I didn't show you guys about Gecko Rouge, I totally forgot and I apologize. So like for the Dachshund piece, I'm going to show you the Dachshund piece. Ta-da! And the Dachshund piece is, it's just 19 inches by 15 inches. So again, one of the smaller ones that I have. But the other thing, so it comes in this sealed bag like this with Gecko Rouge, and it comes with all the thread. And I have yet to actually even pull this out because I was a little scared about messing it up. But it comes with all the thread, and this is direct from DMC because they're close. But then check it out. Look at all the colors right there. Look at all the colors. So the question is do I just kind of hang this up and use it as I need to? I don't know. I'm not sure what to do because I don't want to lose stuff. So, I don't know. I gotta see. Oh, they gave me a needle. I just noticed that. Probably a needle I'm not going to use, to be perfectly honest with you, because the eye is really tiny. And I'm not sure I can thread. And then my fabric. Oh, but then they also give you tons of extras. So, like, they know that I got a couple colors in here that I'm going to need a lot more threads, so they got me more of these. And so, but that's how the other piece is the same way, so everything came with it, so that's super awesome. You know, I suppose I could take that piece and the both Gecko Rouges and actually just reorder the pages the way that I want so that I can get ready to go on those. But yeah, so it's, you know, it's going to be just basically about reordering my my rotation, kind of deciding what I want to do. You know, the Ronnie Rowe piece needs some good attention. Old World Map 2. I mean, everything needs attention. And I'm even like, I want to bring Apothecary Shop out and start working on it. So, you know, there's just, I've got so many things going on in my mind. And like I said, the last 2 nights I haven't touched anything because I was just so temporarily burned out. But like it always happens, I started talking about cross-stitching and boom, now I'm ready to go. So, there's a lot to do today. Oh yeah, and I took a half day off tomorrow afternoon. So I have the weekend plus a half day off tomorrow afternoon. So I needed the break. I need some me time and some relaxing time. So I think I'm gonna get that. So I think I'm gonna definitely get a lot of stitching done. The key is just to keep rotating so I don't get burned out. Rotate, rotate, rotate. But anyway, I don't know. If there's a project that you see that you're like, oh man, I really wish you would start that, let me know. You know, if I get a email back from Christine and she says, hey, you know what, we actually have like half your order, and if you want to come over on, you know, I might have all of that by next week. That would be awesome because I really want to get started on that football piece, the Saturday Evening Post football piece. And so, oh my God, I just have so much stitching to do. I got to finish this video and get started. You guys have a great stitchy weekend. Thank you so much for all your comments and your suggestions. They help so much, and you guys just keep kicking butt on your cross stitch. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you next week. Take care.